Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you an app I vibe coded on Replit called ClauseWise. As a starter, you can go to the little user icon here, which we call Legal Ops Control Panel. This is not just any setting tool. It bakes in your organization's practice by allowing you to input your jurisdiction, your baseline such as your liability cap, governing law, termination notice, payment terms, and all of which the application would then be able to apply to any contract you upload. Here, I'm going to fix my jurisdiction and governing law as Singapore, and I'll click Save. I'll then move on to Library. This is where you will manage your legal resources that you want ClauseWise to review against, which can be regulations, market practice, and playbooks. If you know for sure you are going to ask the AI to review the contract against a specific local law, then it will be helpful for you to just upload the document here. Here, we're going to click Upload, and then you can select the document type, and then you will key in the jurisdictions here. I've already pre-uploaded the DORA text, which is a regulation in the EU. We're going to use it later for our contract review. Now we're going to click Review Now for us to enter into the context setup page, which will lay down the background for our contract review. Now, we're going to upload a contract here. I'm going to choose AWS Customer Agreements, which is taken directly from AWS website, and I'm going to provide my use case. Here, I'm going to type, we are a tech company procuring AWS service to host our data. Continue. Now, it is going to show you the parties it has identified after analyzing your contract. Here, the AI will suggest to you that you are representing the customer, which is correct, but if it is not, you can always click the drop down to choose the correct rule that you are representing. Now, in this page, we're going to set the jurisdiction of our organization. Here, it has been preset to Singapore based on what we have filled in the Legal Ops control panel. And then it has also detected the counterparty's country as the US. Next, we can see the governing law has also been set to Singapore. In order to show the full capabilities of this software, I'm going to select Yes to both processing personal data and serving EU, UK users. Here, you can also check the highly regulated industry box if you are in that industry. Next, although we are in Singapore using US service, some other regulations such as DORA may apply to us indirectly as a result of our contractual obligations to a specific EU users. In this case, I will click DORA text that I've uploaded earlier because I want it to review against the DORA text. Now, here we go. First off, you will see ClauseWise has parsed the document and properly segregate the clauses into different paragraphs and subparagraphs. You can see here the headline has also been properly labeled with the subsection underneath, and there's an information icon at the side. And when you click Generate Analysis, it will start the analysis for you. Let's go to 2.3 and we will start analyzing the clause here. Now, it's going to take some time because it will firstly detect the relevant regulations in the governing jurisdiction. Then it will next tells you what are the other regulatory regimes that apply to you that are outside of that jurisdiction. Thirdly, it will then review against the DORA text. It's just gonna wait for a while. Alright, here we go. Now we can see there's a label here telling you the type of this clause. It's about information security, and it's more of a market practice than perhaps a regulatory guidance. It gives you an explanation of what this clause is about and why it matters to you. The text here will be helpful for you to filter out the contracts with these elements. I'll show that to you later. Under this legal authorities and framework, first off, it has detected the relevant regulations in the governing jurisdiction. ClauseWise will first tell you why it is relevant. From the outset, it may just seem like a backup and encryption clause, but there's more to it. Since we also touch personal data, it's now highlighting to you the data privacy that sets out the configuration and backup duties. And it will also detect the EU GDPR because we are also handling EU users' personal data. It is now reviewing against the DORA text as well, telling you that although AWS placed the burden on the customer on the backup, it also requires AWS to operationalize the backup and make sure that it is incorporating the DORA controls. Now, I'm going to show you this really powerful tool here, the little button here. This will bring us to the official authority and show us how reliable is this source, the source of the analysis. It is extremely important to us as a lawyer. Now, let's look at the next part. The next part is going to tell you the counterparty's position, what is AWS trying to do, and could potentially be their intention when they draft this clause. We can see ClauseWise also provide a recommended position and a fallback position for each issue, and maps each recommendation directly to the relevant wording in the clause. So when you click on the clause, it will highlight the specific portion for you, so you can quickly navigate and verify the recommendations here for you to take actionable steps. In the final part of the analysis, the app lists down the required actions for you. These are operational tasks that you may wish to incorporate into your organization after agreeing to such clause. Let's go to the final section of this demo under My Contracts. Here you can see all the contracts that have been uploaded, the laws that have been tagged to the contract at the time of upload. You can even categorize them into a folder for your easy reference. If you want to check your past contract with similar clauses or issues, you can filter the contracts easily, and it will help you to locate them and detect how you have handled it in the past. So since I'm here, I'm just going to show you a contract I've reviewed in a PDF format. As you can see here, it is passing the PDF document just as well as it did to an editable Word document. And that's all for today. Please try out our apps and let me know what you think. Goodbye!